Vitamin A is one of the most misunderstood micronutrients in modern nutrition. Most people have heard that vitamin A is good for vision, skin, and immune health, yet very few truly understand that it is a vitamin where benefits and risks exist side by side, separated mainly by dosage, food sources, and the way it is consumed. If vitamin C is like an easygoing friend, excess amounts are simply excreted, and deficiency is relatively straightforward to correct, then vitamin A is more like a demanding specialist. Used correctly, it is extremely beneficial. Used incorrectly, the body will speak up in ways that are far from comfortable. That is why discussing vitamin A cannot stop at listing which foods contain the most of it. What truly matters is understanding the form of vitamin A in each food, how the body processes it, and how to consume it in a way that is sufficient, safe, and sustainable over the long term. First, it is important to clarify a fundamental scientific point. Vitamin A is not a single substance, but a group of compounds with similar biological activity. In nutrition science, vitamin A is classified into two main groups. The first group is preformed vitamin A, commonly referred to as retinol and its esters, which comes from animal-based foods such as liver, eggs, and dairy products. The second group consists of provitamin A, most commonly beta-carotene, which comes from plant-based foods, especially orange, red, and dark green vegetables. This distinction is not merely academic. It directly affects the way we eat on a daily basis. Once retinol enters the body, it can be used almost immediately for biological functions such as vision, immune defense, and cell regeneration. However, for the very same reason, excessive intake is harder for the body to regulate and may lead to toxic accumulation. In contrast, beta-carotene must be converted into vitamin A by the body when needed. This process is tightly regulated, which is why it rarely causes toxicity, even when consumed in relatively large amounts from natural foods. Once this principle is understood, it becomes clear why, among the top 10 vitamin A-rich foods, some are recommended for regular consumption, while others should be treated more like nutritional seasonings, used at the right time and in the right amounts. At the top of the list, unsurprisingly, is animal liver. Beef liver, chicken liver, and pork liver are all natural storage sites of vitamin A in animals because the liver is where vitamin A is stored in the body. The vitamin A content in liver is so high that even a small serving can provide far more than the recommended daily intake. Biologically, vitamin A in liver exists mainly in the form of retinol, which is easily absorbed and acts quickly, but for that very reason, liver is not a food meant to be eaten frequently as a health booster. The most sensible way to consume liver is to eat it infrequently, about once or twice a week in moderate portions, ideally combined with plenty of green vegetables, carbohydrates, and dietary fiber to reduce the metabolic burden on our own liver. Liver should be thoroughly cooked to ensure food safety, but it should not be deep-fried, as this would significantly increase the intake of saturated fat and place additional strain on the body. For pregnant women, liver consumption requires particular caution, as excessive intake of vitamin A in the form of retinol may adversely affect fetal development. If liver represents a powerful and fast-acting source of vitamin A, then sweet potatoes are the model of a safe and sustainable one. Sweet potatoes, especially orange-fleshed varieties, are extremely rich in beta-carotene, a provitamin A. When you eat sweet potatoes, the body converts beta-carotene into vitamin A only when it is truly needed, making the risk of excess intake almost non-existent. This is why sweet potatoes are considered one of the most ideal sources of vitamin A for everyday diets, from children to older adults. The best ways to eat sweet potatoes to maximize their vitamin A benefits are steaming or baking, while avoiding deep frying. When sweet potatoes are consumed with a small amount of healthy fats such as olive oil, butter, or alongside eggs, the absorption of beta-carotene increases significantly. In addition, sweet potatoes are rich in dietary fiber, which helps stabilize blood sugar levels and nourish the gut microbiome, making them beneficial not only for eye health but for overall metabolic health as well. Carrots are the food most commonly associated with vitamin A in the public mind. And this is not incorrect, though it is often oversimplified. The beta-carotene in carrots gives them their characteristic orange color and serves as a highly valuable provitamin A. However, an interesting point highlighted by nutrition science is that the beta-carotene in carrots is absorbed more efficiently when carrots are lightly cooked rather than eaten completely raw. Cooking helps break down plant cell walls, releasing beta-carotene especially in the presence of fat. For this reason, lightly stir-fried carrots with vegetable oil, steamed carrots, or carrot soups provide greater biological effectiveness than regularly consuming large amounts of raw carrot juice. While carrot juice can be convenient, excessive intake over long periods is unnecessary and may lead to carotenemia, a yellowing of the skin caused by carotenoid accumulation, which is not dangerous but not particularly beneficial either. Dark leafy greens, such as kale and spinach, are often underestimated because they lack the bright orange color typically associated with vitamin A. In reality, however, they are highly valuable sources of beta-carotene. Kale, in particular, is often called a superfood, not only because it is rich in vitamin A, but also because it contains high levels of vitamin K, vitamin C, and powerful antioxidant compounds. The vitamin A in kale is commonly accompanied by lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoids that play a crucial role in protecting the retina and the macula, especially in older adults. The most effective way to consume kale and spinach is to lightly cook or quickly sauté them with a small amount of oil, while avoiding prolonged boiling that can lead to the loss of water-soluble micronutrients. Eating these leafy greens regularly, in moderate daily portions, is a smart strategy for maintaining stable and safe vitamin A levels over time. Pumpkin is a classic example of a food that is both rich in beta-carotene and easy to eat and digest. Its deep orange color reflects a high content of provitamin A, yet its mild flavor makes it suitable for a wide range of people, from children to older adults. Pumpkin is best steamed, made into soup, or gently stewed to preserve its nutritional value. When combined with sources of protein and healthy fats, such as cooking it with meat or fish, or adding a small amount of vegetable oil, the conversion of beta-carotene into vitamin A is optimized. Another major advantage of pumpkin is that, beyond vitamin A, it provides a variety of other antioxidants that help reduce inflammation and support immune function. Egg yolks are among the most easily absorbed sources of vitamin A in the form of retinol, because the vitamin A in eggs is already packaged together with natural fats and phospholipids. This makes the absorption of vitamin A from eggs far more efficient than from many other sources. Therefore, eating only egg whites while discarding the yolks unintentionally eliminates most of the vitamin A value of eggs. The best ways to consume eggs while preserving vitamin A are boiling, poaching, or lightly frying them with minimal oil, while avoiding prolonged cooking at very high temperatures. Eggs not only provide vitamin A, but also serve as a high-quality source of protein, helping to create a more balanced meal. Red bell peppers are an interesting food because they provide vitamin A in the form of beta-carotene, while also being very rich in vitamin C and antioxidant compounds. The deeper the red color, the higher the carotenoid content. Red bell peppers can be eaten raw in salads to preserve their vitamin C content, or quickly stir-fried to enhance the absorption of vitamin A, as long as they are not cooked for too long. This makes them a highly suitable food for boosting immune function and protecting cells from oxidative stress. Broccoli, while not the most prominent source of vitamin A, plays a strong supportive role in a micronutrient-rich diet. It provides a moderate amount of beta-carotene along with sulfur-containing compounds that are beneficial for the liver's detoxification processes. The best ways to consume broccoli are steaming or quickly stir-frying it, keeping it slightly crisp to preserve its micronutrients. When combined with other vitamin A-rich foods, broccoli helps enhance the overall nutritional effectiveness of the meal. Finally, ripe mango is an accessible and appealing source of vitamin A in the form of beta-carotene, especially in desserts or smoothies. However, mango also contains a relatively high amount of natural sugar, so portion control is important. Eating mango together with yogurt, nuts, or another source of healthy fat helps slow down sugar absorption and enhances the absorption of vitamin A. Mango is best enjoyed as part of a meal or a snack, rather than consumed in large amounts at once. In summary, supplementing vitamin A is not a race to see who can consume the most, but rather a balance between sources, dosage, and preparation methods. A smart combination of small amounts of retinol from animal sources and plentiful beta-carotene from plant foods, together with healthy fats and appropriate cooking techniques, allows the body to obtain sufficient vitamin A for vision, immune function, and overall health without facing the risks of excess. When vitamin A is properly understood and used correctly, it becomes a quiet yet critically important ally in long-term health.